Police are investigating after a driver somehow lost control of his SUV and slammed into a house in southwest Atlanta. Now there's a gaping hole in it. The First Alert breaking news tracker is parked in that neighborhood, Lisa Drive. Don Shipman is there. Anybody hurt here, Don?
Well, the driver was rushed to the hospital, and neighbors say that he was trapped in his vehicle, and you can see why. I mean, look at all of this damage from his vehicle. A massive cleanup is underway at this home on Lisa Drive in southwest Atlanta.
I knew it wasn't going to be good when that phone rang that early.
Valdez Brown woke up to a frantic call around 5 a.m.
He said, "Hey, man, you got to see this, man." I said, "A car went through your mom's house."
The damage is stunning. Both vehicles are totaled. The back of his childhood home is blown out. Bricks litter the ground, and the roof looks ready to collapse. Atlanta police are still investigating, but Brown believes the driver blew through a stop sign on Peyton Place, just across the street from his late mother's house.
The Escalade is my mom's. This car is the vehicle that came down the street at a crazy rate of speed with no brakes, I guess, and just plowed into it and knocked it clean through the whole house.
Brown and neighbors watched as first responders cut the driver from his crushed SUV, then rushed him to the hospital. His mother, Atlanta legend Helen Brown Harding, founder of the beloved Westside restaurant Bankhead Seafood, passed away last December. And Brown says he's just grateful no one was inside the house.
I'm just glad that she wasn't in there, that's all. This materialistic stuff can be repaired. Even though it's a bad one right now, we still celebrating her life.
And I did just check with Atlanta police. So far, no tickets being issued. And as far as the condition of the driver, that has yet to be released as well. We're live here in southwest Atlanta. Don Shipman, Atlanta News First.